How are you this morning? Post-Easter, I weighed myself this morning at 177.8 pounds. Before Easter, I think it was 168. So put on a lot of weight. A lot of it's from drinking wine, organic wine. That doesn't make it any better. And eating carbohydrates, chocolate, sugary shit, whatever. So what happens is it's a slippery slope. As we know, I might say I'm going to eat one Easter egg and then there's other things, crisps and whatever. So we still have some rubbish in the house. I'm going to have to try and eradicate it. But I've come from an era where I don't like throwing anything out, so it's kind of hard to. It's like, oh, eat it first, and then we'll throw out the wrappers. But I don't really. I have this inability to put a good packet of biscuits in the bin. So I'll have to see how that's going to roll. But today I'm 177.8 pounds. My ideal weight is 154. I feel at my best around 162. The body always wants you to carry a little bit of weight. But for me, I'm not, this is the first diet, I hate using that word, where I'm not worried. Keto is so amazing because it's not about calorie counting. It's about proper food and getting the carbs out. Because the only way you can put on weight, only way, there is no other way, is due to a hormone called insulin. Insulin, the only reason I ever heard of insulin is people with diabetes. And I was checked for diabetes twice years ago, which I'd only remembered afterwards. I did an insulin test, never even really realized until recently, even though I'm on keto a while. But luckily, when I started keto, I found out, because I do a lot of research, I tend not to just go with one guy. I'm like searching all around. And they kept on about insulin. I was like, what the fuck? Are they on about insulin for? That's about diabetics. I'm not that big. But it turns out you cannot store fat in the absence of insulin. So the ketogenic diet, or the diet that I'm on, which is no refined carbohydrates apart from Easter and the lead up to Easter and Christmas. I know refined carbohydrates. I know, but that's me. I'm very strict. When I'm a good girl, I'm very strict. I'm all or nothing. I'm a bit of a famine or a feast. So I'm very strict. So the only carbohydrates I would eat are cruciferous vegetables, fermented food like cabbage or sauerkraut, and that kind of stuff. Apple cider vinegar. They're the only carbs I would have. Normally, I don't have any kind of other carbs, bran flakes, none of that stuff. No sugar, no carbs, no fiber that comes from something like bran flakes. I don't do any of that. I literally only eat cruciferous vegetables, rocket leaves, and then I have protein, and then I have a substantial amount of fat. Fat does not make you fat. Read Mark Hyman's book, Eat Fat, Get Thin. It's so true. If I ate 2 10 sticks of butter, I will not get fat because it does not release insulin. The only way, you read Ben Bickman, watch Dr. Berg, you cannot store fat in the absence of insulin. So I'm always trying to keep my blood sugar level at around 4.8. I have had a CGM. I'm not wearing one at the moment. And then I can keep if your blood sugar level is low, then you don't have any release of insulin. So there is no fat storage going on. So I can maintain my weight beautifully, maintain my muscle, maintain my brain function. I do take cod liver oil and just keep that. So I'm going to go back to that. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do a fast or whether I'm going to go back into very strict keto for a while, which is, you are never hungry. You will never be hungry. And if you fast, as long as you have body fat, if you're fasting, you cannot fast if you have no body fat. If you have no body fat, you shouldn't be fasting anyway. But to fast, you need to have body fat, which will keep you, it's basically, we're hybrids, that's your battery storage. So your fat will keep you going while you are fasting. So talk to you soon, guys. Bye.